So, Empire of the Dawn by J. Kristoff, which is the third and final book in this trilogy. Kinda lucky it's the third book and the final book in the trilogy, not gonna lie, you know? It's such a bad joke to start out with. So, let me preface this by saying it has been a week or two since I actually finished this book and I forgot to take notes, so it's gonna be more of a freeform how do I remember it and would I recommend you finish the trilogy, basically. And what did I think of this book? But first and foremost, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. On the story graph that I use, let's see what everyone else thinks. So, it stands with just shy of 3,500 reviews, which is pretty good for basically the third book, and it is like all the two others, a monster of a book. They are big. It stands a respectable 4.5 out of 5. People are saying the plot is medium, which I disagreed with, I think. I can't actually find what I said in my own review. I think I said, like, I would say either medium or slow. So, we'll stick to that. And then there is a plot or character driven. People say a mix, and I would say it is very much plot driven. Plot mix, but leaning plot, because the entire story is still a interview with Gabriel. So, a bit of it. So a mix is probably fine, but I am telling it's leaning plot. Is a strong character development? Most people said yes with 70%. I don't think I 100% agree with it. And we are taking the ending out of it. I will not be spoiling the ending. I will just say my overall thoughts on it, but without spoiling any of what happens. But I would say it's more complicated, because throughout the rest of the book, I don't think there's that much character development. Are the characters lovable? 80% said yes, which is, I'd agree. Yeah, most of them. I do like the characters. I think they are awesome. I think they are cool. I think they're funny. I love Gabriel. I love what's her name? LeChange. I don't care too much for what's her face, Castilla. But yeah, I do like most of the characters. Are the characters diverse? Yeah, I'd say so. We have a good mix of awesome representation when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community. We also have great representation of color, in my opinion, which I know it's not necessarily what they asked for, but it's great to know we do have that. It is. I feel like it is. And also, I really think the characters don't feel the same. Like, there's big difference between them, but you can still feel like Castia and Gabriel is related. So, of course, they're going to be slightly similar. And I like that. The flaws of the characters in focus. Basically, the entire book is about how Gabriel fucked up. So, yes. And I definitely agree with that. Alright, so, next thing to talk about is the cover. And just like all of them, the cover is this awesome shield here. And it is just filled with references to whatever is going on, like gonna happen in this book. So we have the Grail, of course. Have the angels, talking about Gabriel and Castia is basically, I guess, what they're representing. We have the sword, which is Ashtringer, that's broken. We have this main city where it basically all takes place in the end. A lot of it is on ships, and a lot of it is against the Eternal Army, and death plays a role. The story of Castia and her mask. So it's awesome seeing this shield. And I think it is such a good job done by Michaela Alkino. I think she's doing a great job. At the same point, and it's something I have praised the two earlier books with, and I think more books should do it, is all of the amazing, let's see if we can find one more, artwork in the books. I think they add, like, they're some of my favorite to look forward to, because I think they're absolutely awesome. Such a great, an awesome job by, let's see, it's in here, interior Gonzalo Mendiveri. probably butchered that. But yeah, I absolutely think that is like awesome aspects of these 3 books. Now, let's talk about the books. So, it's basically a continuation of the first 2 books. We're getting Castia and Gabriel, they're telling their story, they're talking about what happened and how they ended up where they are. And really, I don't have much to say about that. My main thought was whenever we had Castia's part, I did enjoy a lot. We got her background, like where she came from, and I've got a lot more from her POV in this one than in the previous 2 books. At least that's what it felt like. And while I do enjoy that because she plays a bigger role here, I also were like not that big of a fan. I gotta admit, I was just looking forward to looking for like Gabriel's part. I was just waiting for that. I prefer that so much more. Also in this book, it felt like the non-story part where, what is his name? Oh, I'm blanking so hard on name. Basically the guy they're telling the story to. I don't remember his name. Maybe he's like right on the first page or so. But yeah, you got way more of character development to him. Oh, we have a character. Phoebe, Corner like a Rain, Astrid Renier, Patient, and the car. Oh, why is it someone like? But I do like we got more of him. Let's just continue that thought because I think it adds a lot more interest than I guess he's not. That was weird. Than what we otherwise would have thought. Yeah, Marquis Jean-Francois. I guess he is the Marquis. Or Jean-Francois? No? Huh. You would have thought. Oh, no, not Joachim Ren. Anyways, I can look for him after him. So, I think... Yeah, okay. I think it's great we got more of his character. We got way more... Like, he's almost starting to go more human in a way. Like, he's starting to feel a bit in the human end because he is learning all about these feelings. And he's also a little... Like, he's getting their stories, he's following them, he's getting bothered up, and it's these 2 big fuck-ups trying to save the world, and clearly they failed, and it's a compelling story, and of course he is also a sucker for a nice face, and to be fair, if we take who wouldn't be a sucker for that face? So yeah. Especially some of the other pages here, like pictures. No, is it here? Like here, like it's so cool. He's so cool. I love Gabriel. I think he's so cool. But I think overall, it's a really, really good book. It is of high quality. It's fun. It's evocative, and I had a great time. I think I would have liked more Gabriel going on and less Castia, but potatoes. I think that's just how people are. I'd also like more Dior. I think she was a bit more, at least for the first 3/4 or so, a bit more of first half, a bit more of a secondary characters. So, but yeah, I think that is like my honest thing. It's gonna be a short review because I don't have too much to say. I'm gonna comment on what I think of the ending. I think the ending it's exactly what I expected, and it's done really, really well. I don't think everyone is gonna like it. I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea. Like, this is already not necessarily everyone's cup of tea because it is a dark fantasy book, very, very dark. The thing is, I found this described in horror fantasy, and I agree with a lot of people. It is not horror, it is dark though. So maybe there a little. But yeah, overall, I would say if you like the first 2, you are gonna like this one. I don't think there's anything I can say that should stop you from reading it, because it ties up the story. It's a compelling, it's an interesting story. It keeps you on the edge. It is super interesting, and there does happen things at the Marquis area. Like, there's not just, well, the first 2 books basically, not every time we are outside of Gabriel or Castia telling the story, it's just the Marquis talking. But here a lot more is happening. We get a lot more of the other vampires that are there, and we get way more character for them. So it adds a lot for, when you think about it, the final book in the series. But overall, I would say definitely read it. It's a good book. It's a fun book. I personally gave it a 4.5 out of 5, just like most people did. And I feel like that should tell you something, what I think. So yeah, absolutely, go read this book. It is fun. The ending is a bit, you're gonna see it coming. And I think that's what my gripe with it is. You're gonna see it coming, but it's still done really well. And I think when you read this book, you're gonna realize this is a book series where reading it for the second time and really almost writing notes, but really thinking about what is going on is gonna be an interesting thing. I really think that is the type of book this is. But yeah, that is all. Next up, we're gonna look at Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Goodbye.